Canto 7. Fourth circle. The avaricious and the prodigal. Plotus. Virgil on fortune. Fifth circle. The angry and sullen. Styx. The tower. Pape Satan, Alepe, began Plautus with his clucking voice, and that noble sage who knew all things said to strengthen me, "Let not your fear harm you, for whatever power he may have shall not prevent us from going down this cliff." Then he turned back to that swollen face and said, "Silence, cursed wolf, consume yourself with your rage within. Not without cause is our descent to the depths. It is willed on high, where Michael avenged the proud onslaught. As when sails swollen by the wind fall tangled, when the mast gives way, so did that cruel beast fall to earth. So we descended into the fourth pit, taking in more of the sorrowing bank that bags all the evil of the universe. Ah, justice of God, who stuffs in so many strange travails and punishments as I saw, and why does our own guilt so destroy us? As the waves do there above Charybdis, breaking over each other as they collide, so the people here must dance their round. Here I saw people more numerous than before, on one side and the other, with great cries rolling weights by the force of their chests. They would collide, and then right there each one, reversing directions, would look back, crying, "Why do you hold?" and "Why do you toss?" Thus they would return around the dark circle on either hand to the point opposite, again shouting at each other their shameful meter. Then each would turn back, once he had arrived through his half-circle, to the other jousting. And I, my heart almost pierced through, said, "Master, now explain to me what people this is, and if these tonsured ones to our left were all clerics." And he to me, "Every one of them was so cross-eyed of mind in the first life, that no measure governed their spending. Very clear do their voices bay it out, when they come to the 2 points of the circle, where their opposing faults disjoin them. These were clerics, who have no hairy covering to their heads, and popes and cardinals, in whom avarice does its worst. And I, "Master, among this last kind, I should certainly be able to recognize some who were soiled with those ills." And he to me, "You are gathering empty thought. The undiscerning life that befouled them makes them dark now to all recognition. For eternity they will come to the 2 buddings. These will rise from the tomb with closed fist, these with hair cut short. Bad giving and bad keeping has deprived them of the lovely world and set them to this scuffling. Whatever it is, I prettify no words for it. Now you can see, my son, the brief mockery of the goods that are committed to fortune, for which the human race so squabbles. For all the gold that is under the moon and that ever was, could not give rest to even one of these weary souls." "My master," said I, "now tell me also, this fortune that you touch on here, what is it that is the goods of the world so in its clutches?" And he to me, "O foolish creatures, how great is the ignorance that injures you! Now I would have you drink in my judgment. He whose wisdom transcends all things fashioned the heavens, and he gave them governors who see that every part shines to every other part, distributing the light equally. Similarly, for worldly splendors, he ordained a general ministering leader, who would transfer from time to time the empty goods from one people to another, from one family to another, beyond any human wisdom's power to prevent. Therefore one people rules and another languishes, according to her judgment, that is hidden, like the snake in the grass. Your knowledge cannot resist her. She foresees, judges, and carries out her rule as the other gods do theirs. Her permutations know no truce. Necessity makes her swift. so thick come those who must have their turns. This is she who is so crucified even by those who should give her praise, wrongly blaming and speaking ill of her. But she is blessed in herself and does not listen. With the other first creatures she gladly turns her sphere and rejoices in her blessedness. But now let us go down to even greater pity. Already every star is falling that was rising when I set out, and too long a stay is forbidden. We cut across the circle to the other shore, beside a spring that boils and spills into a ditch leading away from it. The water was much darker than purple, and we, beside the murky wave, entered a strange descending path. Into the swamp called Styx goes this sad stream, when it has come down to the foot of the evil grey slopes. And I, gazing intently, saw people muddied in that slough, all naked, with indignant expressions. They kept striking each other, and not only with hands, but with head and breast and feet, tearing each other apart with their teeth, piece by piece. My kind master said, "Son, now behold the souls of those whom anger vanquished, and I would have you believe too, as a certainty, that under the water are people who are sighing, making the water bubble at the surface, as your eye will tell you wherever it turns. Fixed in the mire, they say. We were gloomy in the sweet air that the sun makes glad, bearing within us the fumes of sullenness. Now we languish in the black slime." This hymn they gurgle in their throats, for they cannot fully form the words. So we wound about a large arc of the filthy swamp, between the dry bank and the wetness, our eyes turned on those who swallow mud. We came to the foot of a tower at the last.